Cost, why women expect so much. Well, we were just talking about it right now. They have great needs, or at least they consume quite a bit. So what happens is they tend to not have fathers, or they tend to not have men that are going to assume the cost. Now, when you find a woman that has a father, she's either going to be a schizoid, or she's going to be a woman that has great expectations, right? The father's going to say, here's a measuring stick. Don't get a man below this. All right, you get a man below this, we'll help you guys out in your little marriage, and then eventually he's going to have to make his own money and support you. So women expect so much, but then men will say their standards are too high. They are too high. Women's standards are off the chain. They're ridiculous, to the point where they start asking for things that really women didn't look for in the past. Because they're comfortable. They have a certain base income, 35, 35, 40, 45, 50. They have a base income. Then you add on to that, they also have this idea that they want or deserve more. I deserve more. So this is a video from an Asian woman, an Asian couple, and they're going to ask, does the woman have delusionally high standards? Okay, here we go right here.
You're like ideal type of guy.
I want someone who's 6 feet.
Makes about $500K, has a healthy lifestyle, works out, isn't a picky eater, not bummy, musically talented, and knows how to stay disciplined.
Sounds like you got your life all together, huh?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so that's a cute little skit by this couple right here. Sounds like you got your life together. This is what I find, and this is what guys will find as they're racing to the top to try to be able to get a better woman, right? What you'll find as the women that will have high standards for you are bums. They're bums. Now, they might be a pretty bum. They might be a bum with some good punani, or they might be a young bum. But this is true. What you're going to find is the man they're asking for is they're not bringing that to the table. They're not bringing forward. They're not bringing it, which makes the standard delusional. Then it's delusional as to say that this man don't even ever exist, all right? Not only do they not exist in your life currently, they don't exist at all. Meaning that you don't even have the discipline yourself to be able to say, I'm motivated, I'm driven. You know, they're going to tell you they're starting businesses and shit like this. But you will find that after a couple of weeks of dating her, she's going to be a bum. Right? She said, I go to the gym all the time. Date her for 3 weeks. You won't really see her in that fucking gym. Have you ever experienced that? I love to go to the gym. I love to travel. When you date her for 3 weeks to 6 months, she will never take a trip that she paid for. She'll tell you all the trips that she went on before she met your goofy ass, though.
I've flown myself to Paris. I've done Greece. I've island hopped. Right. I've done all of that.
I've been here. I've been there. I've been to Rome. I've been to here. She'll tell you all of the shit that she did. You be with her for 6 months and she ain't been to one damn trip. Okay? Also, because she's waiting for you to pay for it. Also, she don't be in the gym. I go to the gym 4 times a week. When you're with her, she barely squeaks in one workout. Barely squeaks in one workout. So all of that is a mythology and lies. When she says she wants to go to her, I've tried this restaurant. I've tried that restaurant. When you're with her, guess how many restaurants she tries out? 0. You don't see her trying out restaurants unless you're paying for it. I want to try this new sushi place. You're paying for it. So really they be living bum activities. It be some bum shit. But of course you got to be Superman with things that really don't matter. So I need a man that makes $500K at least, but that's her checking account right there. That's her checking account.
Can't you get it through your thick skull that I'm broke? Dead, flat, stony, broke. I've got $3.85 in my
She'll
purse.
tell you she got a crypto investment. She'll tell you that she's practicing day trading and all of this shit. I got a side hustle. I'm doing Forex. You know what I mean? I do drop shipping and she'll tell you all this shit and her bank account be right here. The Undertaker that nailed it. That's where it be, guys. And swear to God, that's how it is. And give it a couple of months of being with her standards of I deserve to date a guy like, you'll realize she'll be in a bind overnight. She'll be in a hella bind. All right. Ask her, say, hey, can I send you a Cash App? She'll be like, no, don't send me a Cash App. Why? I don't carry cash. Can you go to the ATM? Why? She can't take the Cash App because she's negative on her Cash App. Okay, but this happens here. But so we got delusional standards here. And she even knows, yep, she be in a bind, sweating bullets. She went ham on TikTok Shop. All right, and guess what? He has to have a healthy lifestyle. This also be her. Healthy lifestyle. Boop. Snacking and all that shit, laid up all day, all weekend, taking a nap, right? Sleeping in, right? You're like, wow, healthy lifestyle, huh? Their days are very short. The days are very short because they only are, they're only up for a few hours in a day. All right. Picky eater isn't a picky eater. All right. Taking all the picky stuff out of that top ramen. He's musically talented. He can write poetry. He's creative. He's artistic. He's bohemian. He's the slam poetry. He writes songs. He's a producer. He's a singer. He has a business. Meanwhile, not her. All right. All right. He's got to be tall as well. He's disciplined. There it is right there. Do you make your bed every day? Nope. Right there. Laying around, lounging, scrolling, and stuff like this. Like, this is the standard woman. But of course, because they're the table, they only have to bring themselves. They'll spend the weekend with you and do this. All right. And every now and then they'll jump up on their computer to do their little class that they're taking. Do their little assignment. All right. I want somebody that knows how to discipline. When they say these things, Womenese by Donovan Sharp, they're looking for a guy that can give her that. So she might find you, and then she might become more disciplined. She might become in a better financial position. So by virtue of you, who she minimizes by saying she's her, by her bringing herself, she minimizes your importance, but also says, I need you. You give me purpose. You discipline me. Right? You bring me value, right? She'll go to the gym if you start paying for the gym membership. Okay. This is kind of a normal thing. All right. But again, women live shorter days. Their days are super duper short because they require more sleep according to them. And they stay up late. All right. So much of their hours are going to be in the early or the late evening, the early hours. Right, they don't go to bed at 9:30. You will hardly find a woman that is matched up with the circadian rhythm of the sun and the moon. They are up late at night, binge watching shit. They got tissue stuck in their nose, eating popcorn and snacks, cookies, doing whatever they can. Up late at night, pussy getting in trouble. Hooking up, trying to meet people at the middle of the night, right? And then they'll go to sleep. Hard to get them up at 7 in the morning. They want to get up at 8. Then they need a nap at noon. It's a hard time. It's a hard time being them. But this is what you're assuming when you're trying to get with them. The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the Blue Chip Mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, Money 101, Money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the Money Mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open. This is what the assumption is you're going to be. And then also emotional swings. All right. Emotional swings. Swings be so emotional. Here, there. All right. Multiple men they're juggling. Ex-boyfriend. New boyfriend. Male friends. Female friends. Social shit. Drama shit. Wearing their ass down. Wearing their ass down. All right. So here we go right here. Do women expect too much by this woman? Do I need to play the next video? Oh, let's do this video. This woman right here is going to say what she expects from a man, or the type of men she goes after. Here we go.
A woman's getting ridiculed for saying she likes a man with money because men are so shallow. Like, men are so shallow. I literally know men who have broken up with their girlfriends because their homeboys didn't find her attractive. That's how shallow men are. That's why I came up with my shallow ranking system. I normally have about 5 guys on my roster, and this is how I rank them all. 1, who lets me manipulate them the most? 2, who eats it the best? 3, who sends me the most money? Oh, actually, I really only need 3. That's the only things that matter. Who eats?
Yeah, you notice they always laying down. They always laying down in the bed, scrolling, posting. I don't never post laying down. I'll be up, sitting in the office chair and shit. But here we go right here. She got a roster of 5, according to her, and she's got a ranking system. Of course, this is rage bait. Who lets me manipulate? That's always on the menu. That's always on the menu. A manipulation is always on the menu. All right, it's going to be there. They just don't see it. By the way, that's their perspective, but they're always going to manipulate. Number 2, who eats that punani the best? And number 3, all right, who sends the most money? These are 3 separate men, according to her. But we're shallow, all right? But this is also them getting back at us, supposedly. He said they're laying down or crying. Laying down or crying. That's kind of what you have to deal with when you're dealing with them. It is a reality. It's a reality. They're laying down or crying or complaining about something. That's what it's going to be. You're not getting around this. You do not get around this. But there she is right there. That's what she looks for in a man. And she calls us shallow.
Well, actually, I really only need 3. That's the only things that matter. Who eats the best, who sends you the most money, and who lets you control them. That's how you start a ranking system.
Yeah, that's how it goes right there. And, of course, she's been through trauma and bitter and hurt. And they call us bitter and hurt. And then they come out and do this. They come out and do this. I think it's more revenge for her being a 304 in the past or in the future. So this is, again, what men have to bring. Why do they expect so much from us? Then they expect us to be faithful and trusting and monogamous, but manipulation over here type shit. Let me show you this one right here. This woman with Pharaoh right here. Again, what do they bring? We're going to tell you the 2 things that men would expect women to bring, and it would make for a perfect woman. So this woman said, I don't care how good the relationship is, I'm still got to text some niggas on the side. Okay? Right here. Look at the engagement. 2.8 million views. Look at the reposts. Rage bait indeed. But I don't believe this is much rage bait as we might believe. I believe this is true. Okay. By the way, the previous woman just said that. All right. She just said that. And we know that 50% of women have a side backup plan ready to go. Yes, the like ratio is crazy. I don't care how good a relationship is. I still gotta text me some niggas on the side. Now, she ended up going viral for this, obviously, you see, and then she tried to walk it back. I was just joking. No, don't. She tried to walk it back, y'all. She did. She tried to say she was just joking. Okay, and we'll see it right here. She went feral. Women is going viral for saying she still talks to other men, even in a good relationship. There's the woman there, just so you can see her. You can make your own judgments. And I do see her on the boat. White Wolf confirmed. And she's sticking the thighs there, but she's on the boat. And we know cheeks get clapped on boats, all right? So we see what time it is there. And she walked it back right here on a tweet, says, y'all truly have taken things too far. Okay, y'all took it too far. I didn't mean all that. It was a joke. Y'all tripping. Y'all I was just trying to trigger people to get rage bait or views, and she got it. Now she just saying it's a joke. All right, thick ass thighs. Thick ass thighs. So there it is right there. You see this, but again, why do they expect so many men to bring so much when they can't bring the 2 things that men need? And it's not cooking and cleaning. What do men want? If men could get these things from women, and I'm not talking about the average guy. I'm not talking about Pookie Ray Ray and Return of the Mac. I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about what you would consider the good man, the diligent man that measures up to your standards. Even when you do measure up to those standards, you can't get exclusivity. Type in exclusivity. In today's world, women are not exclusive to you. Exclusivity is number one. Today, they're not giving you exclusivity. They're not even offering that shit. It's not even on the menu. Most men want exclusivity. They want to believe that the efforts that they're making in the world is only going to go to her, and by virtue of that, he's going to get back the exclusivity. She's not going to go trick it off on someone else. She's not going to go give the pussy to somebody else for free or for a fee. She's not going to say, you ain't my daddy. She's not going to be like, I'm going to girls' nights out. So you got all of these expectations so much. And then she says, okay, you could have access to me, but you're not mine. I'm not your. I'm going to be over here. I'm going to be in these streets. I'm going to go to a job. I'm going to do this and that. They don't want to give you the exclusivity. What exclusivity looks like to them is control. I have a video for this, but I don't have it lined up. Exclusivity for women is control. So then she's going to say, you are controlling me. You're limiting me. You're making me dependent on you. I don't want to be dependent on you. Here we go right here. I think I do have the video. You're going to abuse me. You're going to take advantage of me. You're going to leave me dependent on you. That's how women look at exclusivity. They don't see it as a benefit to give to you. And if they do it, not very long. Not very long. Then they'll feel like they're controlled by you. And then eventually they're going to frame you as an abuser. Let me play you the video.
So what makes an emotionally abusive partner?
It's someone that asserts power and control over you. They want you to feel small. They want your shine to go away. They want to make sure that they have complete control over you. They want to isolate you and coerce you into thinking that you don't know yourself, that you can't trust yourself, that you can't trust your judgment, you can't trust your interests, that everything about you is wrong.
This is subtle abuse, but it's still abuse.
Absolutely.
Oftentimes it's criticism when it comes to your work.
Yep.
It's criticism when it comes to how you run a household, how you raise your children, even simple things like being out to eat with your kids. If your child acts up, it's your fault.
Yep.
And that's some of the emotional abuse that I notice when I see other couples or, things that I personally felt in my life.
Yeah. And so there's that criticism and questioning, constantly questioning everything you do, everything you say, your interests, your values, your judgment.
You hear all this shit, bro? Listen. I'm not a woman, but do you hear all these things that they're at? Your interest, your value, your shine, your judgment, bruh, just give me exclusivity, bitch, and no headaches. Just shut the fuck up. All right, what the hell are you talking about? Bro, I got work to do. I got work to do, ma'am, and I'm doing my part. You needed me to be, look, let's go back to this woman right here. What the hell is these bitches be talking about? You wanted me to do all this over here. Certain height, hair, you know what I mean? Tall, ambitious. Bruh, just to get in the fucking door, I had to be musically acute, make $500K, live a healthy lifestyle, work out, travel, be at 50 countries, not be picky. I had to learn interests and be disciplined. Now that I got my foot in the door, I got to pay attention to a whole new set of problems, bro. All this and my shine and my emotional acuity. And I got to do what the hell? What? See, this is why I believe they expect way too much. This is why I can rent them by the hour. I choose to rent, bro. I ain't got no time for all that shit because I got to work. I got to conquer the world. I got to be the king of kings out here. I don't got time to be doing this extra shit. Why do I work so hard and this then the goalpost moves to I got to be all, you know, let me see what more she got to add to this shit.
Judgment, your decision making, and it could be for your family, it could be for your household. Like,
see, family, household, decision making.
For me, in just an example, it was like,
what?
You didn't wring your sponge out after you used it. And I was like, good God, like I can't do it. I'm doing my dishes and I'm cleaning them. And isn't that like enough? And
you're criticizing me. You're demoralizing me. You're taking away my shine. You're belittling me. You're making me feel bad.
It's not right. And it's just, so it's like questioning everything you do.
Question everything you do. You're questioning everything. Most of the time, I don't even be paying attention to you, bro. I don't even be paying attention. I can't take it.
And I always say just like even who you are, your very existence, like your human qualities, they question. You fumble something or you drop something and you're like, you know, you're coined as being, you know, like I just felt like I was like a slob. And
man, she projecting because that's what she feels like, right? So I didn't make you feel that way. You showed me evidence for me to make you describe you as what you feel, but you already feel like a slob. That's not my problem. You already feel bad about yourself, right? You got to realize that they already feel bad about themselves naturally. This is a natural inclination. If you think I'm lying, talk to somebody. What do they tell you? You often have to tell a woman she's pretty. You have to tell her every day. Why? Because she thinks she's ugly. She needs the confirmation that you think she's pretty. You got to hug her and kiss her every day and rub her back. All right, you got to let her know every day she's wonderful, she's strong, she's ambitious, she's a killer, she's a tiger. You got to let her know every day. Why? Because she feels like a slob. She feels worthless. She feels that. That ain't my problem, that's yours. But of course, guys, when you assume the relationship, that's what you're assuming. That's like assuming the cost of maintenance. This is what you're assuming. She feels that way about herself. Now, I just got to be the one to not step on her toes when I ask her why you ain't wring out the sponge. Now, her self-esteem is ruined, okay?
And I'm like, I'm not a slob, but it felt like I was constantly being told that I was messy. And
I felt like I was constantly being told. Again, that's your problem. Now, here's the problem with this. When they're at work and their boss tells them this, do they get to go on the fucking internet and say they were emotionally abused? No. When their boss tells them this, their teacher, no. When Chad tells them no, it's only the married guy, the responsible guy, the guy that qualified for her, the guy that had all of these things that measured up to be able to get the woman she want and marry her. Now she get to jump out there and say, he told me to wring out my sponge. But a boss then told you 11 things that day, way worse than that. But you don't get to jump out there. Why? Because you get the check. Well, bitch, you got to check over here. All right? And I didn't want to jump up here. He was emotionally abusive and toxic towards me and I'm a narcissist because he told me to wring out this sponge and I felt like a slob.
And thoughtless and all those things. So just even like, I think picking apart at certain very human behaviors and qualities.
Boy, she picking up all these things, bro.
I would also say just the controlling aspect is
here we go, controlling.
Huge part, and really even
what? She reaching shit. What?
Suggesting, like gently suggesting something, but knowing that there'll be a consequence.
What? So what? Oh my goodness. Gently suggesting something. Dude, look, this month, I make $500,000 a year. I'm disciplined. I work out. I travel. I take you on trips and vacations. I hug you. I kiss you when I fuck you. Now, this exclusivity looks like controlling. See, this is why you're not guaranteed exclusivity in today's marketplace for dating.